Alright, y'all, we are live for this emergency Saturday evening stream, y'all. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah, Yeshua the Messiah. Crypto, Bitcoin, we have to talk about it. We are at some very important levels, guys. We will be live momentarily. Stay tuned. Whoops, that didn't work out. All right, y'all. We are live here on this Saturday evening. And blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. Man, we have to talk about what is happening right now with the Bitcoin price action. Guys, I have to be honest with you. I usually do not make videos on Saturday. But these are some crazy times right now. Insane times, guys. I mean, I cannot even describe the feeling I have. I mean, the dumpage that we have experienced in the past few days. I mean, it's insane, guys. It really is insane, right? We've come down another 40%. Another 40% in the past 6 days, right? In a week, 40%. That's pretty crazy. And right now, Bitcoin is getting a bounce from a very key level. We can see we came down to an extremely important level of support, and we did get a reaction from it. Okay, what is this level? This is none other than the macro from the dump of 2020, spring 2020, right? Take our Fibonacci retracement from this low to the high, and that is our macro 786 coming in right here, guys. A very important level. Why is it such an important level? We have been waiting for this exact level for a very long time. Now, this is the BLX chart. We can see here on the BLX chart that the price has not had time to actually come here yet, because this is a little bit of a delayed chart. But this box right here, this 786 box was the target, the bottom target for the Bitcoin price for months. Literally, since the end of November, I have been looking at this level for a possible reaction from it. And it's just so cool to see that as the price comes down to that level, we do get a reaction from it. Now, the question is this going to be a real reaction or not? Okay? Now, I've been in this short since Friday. Okay? Obviously, I've taken multiple profits. This is one of the most profitable trades that I have taken in a while, guys. I think this is the most profitable single trade I've taken in a few months, right? And I still do have take profits going all the way down to 3,000 on this short, right? And here's the thing: we might get a retracement here from this 786, but here's the key level that I'm looking at right now. Okay, here's where my mind is at right now in this moment, guys. First of all, it is a weekend, right? If we come over here, take a look at the chart, the daily volume chart here, we can see that we have much higher volume for a weekend than we typically do, right? We have double the volume today than what we had yesterday. And so it's a crazy weekend. People are having a horrible time, right? People who are not into leverage trading the way we are. And so right now, guys, there's a few important areas that I am currently looking at. Right now, we can see clearly that our next area of resistance that we need to come above if we want to see Bitcoin hit higher prices is this right here. I would say around 19.5. We need to come above 19.5. If we can come above 19.5, then the next major area of support that we have is going to be probably the retest of this previous area of support right around 20,000. So right now, we have two major zones that I think is very important for us to get above. Number one, obviously, the 20K level. And number two is going to be this right here, this 19,561 level. 19,561. It's very, very possible that we just come up here and then get a big fake out and come down even lower. Okay? So I am going to be looking at this level and this level to potentially add to a short trade or enter a new short trade, because my stop loss for the short is there. Right? My stop loss for the short is right there. And something else, guys, if we do come down, right, we do need to be aware that this is a big area of support. So, you know, for sure, we should be looking at potentially coming down and getting retracement off of the Fibonacci golden pocket level, right? This is something that could very well happen. Guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. You know, we've got 500 people in here. Only a few likes. It'll really help me out, guys, if you could like the channel, like the video. So, shout out to Spartan Wrestler who says bottom is in, 100K, here we come. Look, guys, I mean, here's the thing, right? I am not calling the bottom here. In fact, I personally think we can probably come lower. And I don't think we're going to get a V-shaped recovery, right? I don't think that. But what I do think is that it's just so cool to see the exact level, the exact target that we have literally been watching and waiting for months being hit. It basically to the exact dollar, right? Now again, this BLX chart, this is Bitcoin from inception. It doesn't show the current price action right now, right? It doesn't. It's stuck up here. It's a little bit laggy. But if we go to the regular chart, we can see, look, we have come down perfectly to that 786 level, right? That 17.7K level, and gotten a bounce right off of it. Now, this is just super important, guys. This is super, super important. Not only that, but if we come over here and we take a look at this right here, we have this low. This is the daily time frame. We have this low on the daily time frame here. We pretty much came down and, oh man, I thought we touched that low. We did not touch that low, guys. We did not touch that low. So there's a few things, honestly, that we need to be looking out for right now. There's a few things we need to be looking out for, right? Here's what I'm looking out for. We need to be aware that we could get a rejection from this area. We could get a rejection from this area around the 20K area. Right, 20K is a very important support resistance flip right now. But if we don't reach there and we come back down, we could also be looking for a retracement, putting in potentially a higher low off the golden pocket, or even coming down, taking out these lows, and then getting another a move to the upside. You know, it's very, very possible, guys, right now that we simply do something like this, where we trade sideways for a little bit and put in a little range here. So it really would not surprise me if we do something like, you know, we just kind of put in a range, maybe come up here, get a rejection, come down, get a fake out to the downside, come back up, trade sideways for a little bit before we get another big move. Because typically that's what happens after a massive move like this, right? After a massive drop, we typically then trade sideways for a little bit. But man, when we lost 20K, guys, I mean, it was straight down. We did not get anything at 20K. We just came down 6%. I was not expecting that at all. Shout out to everybody in the chat over here. The daily looks like a massive Bart Simpson over the past 2 years. Yeah, possibly. Aaron G. Shout out to Aaron G. He says he feels that a bottom at this point is going to take some time to form. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I don't think we're going to get some kind of a V-shaped recovery here. I think we'll probably get, form some kind of range, and then maybe even get a drop lower. You know, I mean, typically, if we go back and take a look at previous markets, right? We came down, we dumped down after the 2017 high, and then we ranged for a very long time before a massive drop, and that's where the real bottom came in. And so it wouldn't surprise me if we get something like that as well. Just one last massive, like, capitulation to the downside. But again, guys, I mean, it is just so cool. It is just so cool to see support acting as support. Even on these, it gives us clarity. Understanding support and resistance gives us clarity. Even in the midst of these crazy kinds of volatile markets where we can look for areas of support, right, and resistance. And so, I'm fully... Here's the thing, right? Like this short, this short that I'm in right now, if I get stopped out of this short, I've got my stop loss up here. I'm perfectly fine with that. because I've already made so much money on it, I will absolutely be looking to short this 20K area here. Absolutely, we'll be looking for bearish signs because I do think that we could range here. And also, I'm keeping my eyes out for what happens at this level, right? The 19.5 level. Very, very important. Very, very important to me. That's a very important level for me right now. Let's take a look at what's happening on coinanalyze.net. What do we have going on here? You know, when we came down to this low, we didn't really see any absorption. It seems like most of this move to the upside is on very low volume, which means it's pretty much a short squeeze, right? It's just shorts getting wrecked. And if we start to see new longs coming in, there's a chance we could get a significant move to the upside from here, right? There's a chance we could get a significant move to the upside from here. Not saying the bottom is in, but you know, again, we do have to understand that we are at crucial support, right? We're at crucial support. We are at the technical target of a massive rising wedge that took us basically 2 years to form, right? It took us 2 years to form this wedge, and now here we are at the exact target, right? That 17.7K level, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'll be very, very interested to see if we start to get a lot of volume coming in here. Now, yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting, guys. Now, something else that's interesting is, you know, we do have some single prints that we formed right here. When we lost 20K, we fell right down through here. And so what this does, this level, 19,562. Let's mark that on our chart again, 19,562. 19,562. 19,562. This is going to be now giving us here. Let's go to a lower term time frame. Let's put on market Cipher B, so we have some context here, right? Wow, this is absolutely amazing, guys. This is absolutely amazing. So this high that we put in right here, literally, this level 19,561 that I had marked on the chart, there is a row of single prints that begins at 19,562. And so this is a very important area. If we reject from this area, I think that's actually pretty bearish, because that can act as a resistance. Typically what happens, if anybody doesn't know what single prints are, right? Single prints are on a TPO chart, right? Basically, each one of these rows right here in this time profile. This is a time profile, right? It's telling you where did the asset spend the most time. That's what this is right here. And so we can see that for the past, basically since 8 o'clock yesterday morning, Bitcoin has spent the most time right here at about 19K. Each one of these rows represents half an hour, a half-hour candle. And if one candle is touching price for only half an hour, this might be kind of hard to follow if you don't fully understand what you're looking at. But long story short, when we have these areas here where we've only printed one row, where basically price has only come into contact with this area for 1 half-hour candle and it's never come back to that area, it then forms a row of single prints which will act as resistance if price comes back to it. But if price comes into it, right, if price doesn't reject from it, then it actually typically will fill, right? So this is giving us two very clear levels to look for, okay? 19,562 and 2237. 2237. So what do you know, guys? I mean, pretty much, you know, we don't even need TPO charts to get these levels. We can just use our eyes here and see that pretty clearly right now for me. If we can come above this, I'll be looking up here. If we can come above this, that could be pretty bullish, especially if we get new longs coming in. Right now, it looks to me like the 12-minute is about to give us a red dot on market Cipher B. And so I will be looking for a potential retracement now. And I'm going to be marking out these key levels on the chart. Okay, the golden pocket is obviously very key right here. Let's also take a look at some volume. Let's take a look at some volume. Interesting. So right now, I would say this is just so interesting. The local, this is a very key level, 19,562. 19,562. Mark that level, guys. That's a key one. It's a key level. Mark it out. If we can do something like this, let's say, and we come above this, then we start holding that as support, and then we make it above here, we might actually start to squeeze up quite a bit, right? Who knows? We might squeeze up quite a bit before getting another move to the downside, right? Just be aware of it. On the daily time frame, excuse me, we do have, on the daily time frame, the coveted, guys, the coveted uneven butt cheek pattern on the daily time frame, right? Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Okay. We have the uneven butt cheek pattern where we have, it couldn't be more clear than this. On the daily time frame, we have, the juicy, guys, the juicy left cheek over here. Nice and a big, nice and the juicy and the round, and the ravioli is flowing out of the butt cheek, and it's just coming out, and the gravy is on top of it, and the Italian sausages and all that stuff, right? Then over here on the right, we've got that that skinny old butt cheek over here. You guys know that skinny butt cheek. That old waitress at the diner. The one who talks like this, who smokes too much. She smokes too many cigarettes, so she's got a raspy old voice, and she's like, "Hey, Dolores, get over here. This guy needs another cup of coffee." Right now over here, guys, this is the daily time frame, right? We see this on the daily time frame, all right? We're going to come back over here to our charts, all right? But keep in mind over here, we see this on the daily time frame right here, all right? And if we come over to the weekly, what do we see on the weekly? Honestly, guys, the weekly makes me think like we can get another move to the downside. Here's what I'm looking for the actual bottom, right? For the actual bottom, I want to see something like this on the weekly, guys. I want to see a deep, juicy wave here, okay? In fact, it's possible that we might get something like this, right? Where we come down even more and get that big, juicy wave on the weekly. Potentially coming down to the 11K area, potentially, right? That is very possible, guys, right? But even still, this daily, I think the daily has a little bit of room for some relief right here. I think the daily has a little room for some relief right here. If we can come above our key levels, right? If we can come above our key levels. So, guys, these are the levels that we need to be aware of right now, right? These are the levels that we need to be aware of right now. I would say, to the downside, right here, 18.2 to 18.4. Very important. Then I would also say down here, 17.5 is a very important level. In fact, I'd be curious to see, right? I would be curious to see what happened down here at this low. We don't have a buying tail. We do not have a buying tail, guys. Okay, so this is also very important. We don't have a buying tail down here, which means really this is just a low volume kind of short squeeze move to the upside here, guys. It's very possible that we revisit these lows here. It's very possible that we revisit these lows here at some point. So with all this data that we have right now, right, we can know the areas that we're looking for things to happen. Number one, I would say 18.2 to 18.4. Number two, 17.5. Potentially coming down here with more bullish divergences to get a move to the upside. Right? If we continue up from here, 19.5 is a very important level. And then 20,000 to 20,200, also a very important level. Now, guys, if none of this stuff makes sense to you, you can check out the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. 25% discount in the description. This course will give you the knowledge and skills you need to have the levels in advance to know where to be looking for trades. For example, guys, the only reason I was able to get into a short, and if you follow this channel, you know the way I trade, right? The only reason I'm able to get into so many trades is because I know exactly where I am looking, right, for a trade. So, right here, the other night, right, on what day? Friday. Thursday, right? I had the level marked out 21.2. It was a fib level. It was a high volume node from June 10th. That's where I took the short from. If I had known, if I hadn't had that plan in advance, I would have not been able to get into this short trade, which has made me $7,000 in the past 2 days, right? Not bad. Not bad. I mean, so, you know, that's the thing, guys. And I do want to also say, it's times like these where we need to take a few steps back and just discuss and think about, first of all, why are we in crypto in the first place? We need to think about what are our goals being here in the crypto space also. And we need to have these things pretty clearly defined. Because if we don't have clearly defined goals when it comes to investing to any capacity, right? I'm talking about scalping, 70x leverage on the 1 minute time frame, or hodling. If we don't have clearly defined goals and clearly defined plans, we're absolutely going to get wrecked, y'all. That's just the way it is. We're going to get wrecked. And you know, here's my mindset as we are coming down to these levels, right? Here's my mindset, guys. You know, I'm a firm believer that if things keep going the way they're going, and what I mean by that is this, right? There's the very real potential that there could be a complete reset of the global, worldwide financial system, right? And if that happens, I don't know what role crypto is going to play in that. But here's one thing I do know. Some of the most wealthy and wise in a worldly business sense men in the world have been accumulating Bitcoin for a long time, right? And have gone public with it. And that makes me think that crypto, especially Bitcoin, has a future in the new financial system to whatever capacity that might be. I don't know to what capacity that might be, but I do believe I am still bullish on cryptocurrency in general, right? I don't even see this as a catastrophe. I don't see this as something ultra bearish. I know that might seem crazy, but I do believe we are going to see a $100,000 Bitcoin. I do believe we could see higher than a $100,000 Bitcoin. And people forget, right? People totally forget that just 2 years ago, we had a $3,000 Bitcoin, right? Back here in March 2020, we had a $3,000 Bitcoin. This, as somebody mentioned in the comments here, looks like a giant Bart Simpson pattern, right? We had a range, fast move up, range, bullish divergence, fast move down, right? As we come down to these lows, you know, I am accumulating Bitcoin here because I do believe that crypto's not over. And so based on the assumption that crypto's not over, I do want to accumulate on spot at these lows. And if we drop lower, I still want to accumulate on spot. It's amazing because I remember so vividly so many people in these highs saying, man, if only I had another opportunity to buy Bitcoin under 20K. If only I had another opportunity to do it. Well, guess what? Here's our opportunity, guys. But most people are too scared to do it. Most people are too scared to do it. And the reason is because people did not have a plan when they got into it. So most people who found out about crypto in the year 2021 bought high without a plan, and now they're down massive amounts on their capital, and so they're burned. They either are too scared to buy, or they don't have anything left to buy with, right? And this is something that happens. I mean, this has happened to everybody, right? This happened to everybody. I bought Bitcoin in 2016 for $600, and I poured my whole life savings into it at $600. And I did sell at 10K. I sold at 10K because I wanted to buy a house, right? I wanted to buy a house. And I sold a little bit more at 17K. But the rest of that stuff I held all the way back down to 3K because I didn't understand the concept of scaling out of a position, right? But during this bull run, right? And and those who follow my channel, you guys know this. Every time Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, I sold some of Bitcoin into Tether or into USDC. And now, on the way down, ever since 50K, I've been taking that Tether and I've been putting it back into spot Bitcoin. And obviously, the lower we get, the bigger percentage of that Tether I'm putting into Bitcoin, because this is my long-term hodling goal here. And my goal is not to catch the exact top. It's not to catch the exact bottom. But it's to slowly, over time, accumulate more Bitcoin, which I believe is going to increase in value over time, right? I've been able to increase my hodl Bitcoin portfolio by quite a large percent during this past bull market and during this crash, right? I've increased the amount of spot Bitcoin I have simply just by selling into Tether every time we hit a new all-time high, and then buying on the way down, right? Buying on the way down. And it's not the prettiest thing in the world, because I was buying Bitcoin on the way down here, and then I was selling Bitcoin when we came back up to the 65K area, right? It's sloppy. The entries are not, they're not super accurate, right? But if you just get into the mindset of when everyone's talking that Bitcoin's going to keep going up forever, these are the riskiest times to be buying, right? Because every single time Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, you don't know if that's the top, right? We didn't know if this was the top right here back in January. We didn't know if this was the top back here in March, right? We didn't know if this was the bottom back in last summer. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because you never want to buy the top or sell the bottom. But if you buy after a massive dump or sell after a massive pump, you know for certain you're not buying the top or selling the bottom, right? If Bitcoin dumps 40% and you buy some on spot, you know for certain you're not buying the top. If I did actually have a limit order that got filled at that 786 on spot, I know for certain I'm not buying the top, right? I know for certain I'm not. Could it come down much lower? Absolutely. And then I'll have other areas where I'm looking to buy on spot, but I know for certain I'm not going to buy the top. And I'm operating on the assumption that the asset is going to increase in value over time, right? And again, all investments are risky. There's a chance that we could be wrong, right? There's an aspect, especially when it comes to long-term investments, where we have to go based on intuition, feeling, research, more so than just the technicals, right? Because my idea that Bitcoin is going to be worth more than $69,000 in a few years, I have to be honest with you guys and say that that's not a technical reason. I'm not here on the chart saying, you know what, based on technical analysis, I can see Bitcoin hitting $100,000 in 2 years. But I just feel like that's going to happen, right? And so I know that just like back in the day, right, when we were in this bear market over here, right? Even if you had bought the top, you're still in a good position. But imagine just scaling into Bitcoin on spot in these areas. You would have just set yourself up for massive gains, right? So that's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I look at this as an opportunity. I'm looking at this as an opportunity, as a hodler, as a long-term investor. You know, full disclosure here, you know, I've been very bullish on Bitcoin. My wife quit her job. She took out her 401k early. We paid the penalties on the taxes. We took everything we had and put it into Bitcoin, right? And we took everything we had and we put ourselves in a position where we could have a homestead, where we could have a piece of property where we could raise our kids and be away from the city and grow a lot of our own food and all that stuff. And I'll tell you, man, my accountant at the time begged me not to do that. He was begging me. He actually had his associate come into the room and try and convince me not to take out that 401k and pay the 20-something% tax and put it into Bitcoin, right? He was begging me. He's like, oh, you're going to have kids someday that need to go to college. I told him I would pay my kids to not go to college, right? And then he's like, oh, but, you know, he's coming up with all these reasons. You know what? It turned out to be one of the best things we ever did, right? Turned out to be one of the best things we ever did. Because we took a risk. We took a risk, bought low, and sold high. sold high. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm bullish on the asset, guys. Let's pop into chat here. See who we got in here. Wow, we got quite a few people watching right now. Shout out to Crypto Tom. Shout out to Josh Burke, Royal Fresh, Ethan. Shout out to Ethan. Bitget chart dumped more than Binance futures. That's interesting. That's right, guys. FOMO long on the Jason Casper like button. FOMO long on the Jason Casper like button. The only position I'm in right now, guys, is still this short here from Friday. The short from Friday. You know, this is it. I think, like I said, I've marked out the levels on the chart. If anyone's just joining right now, the levels that we are looking at in the immediate short term, right? Because here's the thing. We come to a chart. You know, I was out all day. Religious services. It's the Sabbath day. I don't really trade on the Sabbath day. But I have to say, I am here looking at the charts right now, guys. I am. But here's the thing. The levels right now, number one, key resistance is going to be this. 19,561. This is a very key level right here. Why is this a key level? Because we could potentially have a chickens drink water from right here. Additionally, guys, this is the beginning of a row of single prints on the TPO chart, right? In fact, let's see if we had single prints over on the sessions chart. Yes, we did as well. Yeah, 19,570. This is a very key level right here. And then 20,290. 20,290. Right up here. 20,290. This is also key. This is key. These are key areas, guys, where we need to be looking for potential resistance. Why are these two areas key? Well, like I said, this is a potential chickens drinking water plus the beginning of single prints. And then also, right here, we have that very important support resistance flip, right? A very important support resistance flip. And let's see if we have any other kind of confluence there. Yeah, we have a very important support resistance flip at around 20K. We have the single prints being filled. We have a 0.5 fib level right there. And also, you know, we do have the VWAP gap up there as well. In about an hour, the VWAP is going to snap to price. In about an hour, the VWAP is going to snap to price, which could give us also a potential trade setup here. I would say, you know, this if I had to bet, if I was a betting man, I would say that we come up a little bit more here, right? I see money flow getting thicker. Let's take a look at order flow, see what's happening. Here we are on coinalyze.net. Let's go down to the 1 minute time frame. Take a quick look at CVD. Is there anything happening here? We did get some bullish CVD right here, guys. We actually did get some absorption right here. We can see that as price made this higher low, we can see that the CVD made a lower low ever so slightly, and we can also see open interest increasing. So what this is telling us is that we have people actually trying to short right here, thinking the price is going to go down. And even though people are trying to short, the price is getting higher locally. What this tells us is that there are shorts being absorbed by some bigger players who might be wanting to push the price up a little bit. Now, again, this is on a very low time frame, so we can't, like, you know, take this super seriously right now. But I would say, based on everything I see here, money flow coming up on the 1 minute. You guys see this on Market Cipher B. Money flow is getting thicker as we consolidate here. On the CVD, we can see some slight absorption of shorts right here. Okay? Which makes me think we could get another move to the upside, right? Makes me think we could get another move to the upside. So let's come back to our chart. Let's get real local with it, right? Let's get real local with it. Let's see. Let's just take a fib from here to here. I would be curious to see if we come down to some of these other levels. You know, I would be curious to see if we come down to some of these other levels here. Let's go to the 6 minute and take a look. You know, money flow's coming up. I would say this, guys. I would say this. You know, if we don't get if we get bearish divergences as we come up to these key levels, right? If we see something like this, then we know it's probably could give us a pretty intense rejection. But if we don't see that, if we continue to see absorption of shorts, let's come to a 5 minute order flow chart. You know, if we start to see, you know, lots of longs coming in here, lots of actual longs coming in, we could get a little bit more of a move to the upside here. You know, we can see that, you know, we have longs coming in. We have shorts closing out and longs coming in this entire move to the upside, right? We can see right here, this is net longs opening up, these blue candles right here. Look at this. Longs increasingly opening over the course of, you know, since it's currently 19 o'clock, so for the past 3 hours, we've had longs opening up, we've had shorts closing out, and obviously open interest has been coming down over this time, but that's been a lot of shorts closing out. Now we can see if it starts to come up again and we get more longs opening. You know, we could squeeze up, guys. We had a very, very powerful move down today. That was unexpected. Honestly, I was kind of shocked when I saw that my 17 point something take profit was hit. I was honestly shocked to see that my 17,000. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the speed with what we lost 20K. And like, I looked at the charts last night, then I looked at the charts again this morning, and then I looked at the charts again when I got home. This candle, guys, I cannot believe that. This is what, the 1 hour chart here? Yeah, in 1 hour, when we lost 20K, we came down in one candle, guys, almost 7% in 1 hour. That's wild. And let's see what we got in these past 2 hours here. We got 9%. Wow, okay. That's a pretty good move to the upside. All right, now we've got our red dot on market Cipher B here on the 12 minute, right? So this is going to be key for us right here on the 12 minute. This is really going to be key, I think, because I love the 12 minute time frame. If we do something like this and get a bounce, and then we get a bearish divergence like this, that to me means we're not going to have enough power to break out. But if we don't get bearish divergence, right? We might break out. We might break out of this, right? Again, you know, if anyone's just joining the stream now, we have literally hit a technical target that I've been looking at since the beginning of December, the end of November. We were looking at this rising wedge form here ever since we put in this high, and I've literally had this on my chart for months, right? Anyone who follows me, anyone who's in the VIP Discord, you guys know. Anyone who follows my channel, you guys know. I've had this for months, right? 17 to 20K for a macro target of this wedge. Here we are, guys. Here we are getting a bounce literally from the exact level. From the exact level that we have had marked on our chart for months. That's what's so great about TA, guys. That really is what's so great about TA. The macro 786. And shout out to everyone who's been waiting for this level as well. I know a lot of people have been. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, we've been really talking about this for a long time. We've been talking about this for a real long time. Dang, you know, all my TA is gone right now for some reason. This happens to me a lot. That happens to me a lot. Where all my TA is gone off my chart. It's all gone, right? It's all deleted. I don't know why that keeps happening to me. But I don't know. Did I even? I mean, there's probably no way that I actually did give that setup because it's so far in advance. But I mean, we've been looking for that 786 for a very, very long time. A very, very long time. A very long time. No, this isn't it. This is not it. Yeah. All my TAs deleted off my chart. Isn't that wild, guys? Isn't that wild? That is wild. I'm excited for this next week of trading. I know it's going to be a good week. I know we're going to be able to catch a lot of good trades. Because whenever you have a massive move like this, you know, it gives you now context. Like, it gives you a range. You know, like this, this whole area right here. This entire little area right here. I mean, it was one of the most profitable ranges. I mean, we were just in here trading this thing up and down, right? We were trading this thing up and down. We shorted, you know, I mean, the levels were just so clear, right? We were looking for trades. Boom. Right to the dollar in here. What was the most epic one? The most epic one was the Bart Simpson from the high. The Bart Simpson from the high. I mean, we caught so many, guys. We caught so many, right? This one here from that bottom. And that one was, I mean, it played out super nice. Super nice. Let's see. Where was that juicy one? Where was that juicy one? I mean, I'm just excited for the range to form, guys. I'm excited for the range to form. Because once that range forms, we're gonna be able to take the juicy trades. We're gonna be able to take the juicy trades. And by the way, if anyone wants to join the VIP community, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. We share the levels and all that stuff. We have a great community in here where we Bitcoin just hit the it just hit the VWAP. We have people in here, really, really good traders, posting really good technical analysis, potential trade setups. Shout out to K-Pax, shout out to Crypto Viking, shout out to White Phoenix, Afternoon Delight, shout out to Boyan. There's a lot of really good traders in here, guys, sharing the really good TA. Yeah, I mean, even like the other day, Boyan, you know, he gave this channel on the VIP live stream where he wanted to short the top of this channel. We literally wake up to the dollar, to that channel. And yeah, it's a cool community, guys. A lot of good traders, a lot of good confluence in there. If you're looking for confluence on your own TA, I enjoy being there. Okay, so we're coming down to the VWAP. Let's see what's happening at the VWAP. Let's see what's happening. Let's zoom in real to a ninja time frame here. Take a look. Slow computer, slow internet. What's happening here? Well, we have a lot of people closing their trades here. We had a lot of people shorting into the VWAP. A lot of people shorting into VWAP, which is pretty dumb. Right? A lot of people shorting into VWAP. Shorts are still open. A lot of longs closing out. A lot of people shorting into VWAP here. Is that for the chickens? Yes. It's for the chickens. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. A lot of people shorting into VWAP. And even more shorts right now opening up right into the VWAP. So let's take a look at a higher time frame here. Yeah, we have longs closing out, shorts opening up right into that VWAP. I don't know why people do that. I don't know why they short right into the VWAP. That's kind of dumb, right? And you know what else is kind of dumb is this computer, the way it does this to me. Right? I need to restart my computer. So let's see what's happening here. We can see, wow. So we do have a pretty big spike in volume right here. The candle's not nearly done, and we have a lot of Looks like we have a lot of shorts opening up here. A lot of longs closing out, shorts opening up. We have 7 million volume in this candle, and it's not near over. Compared to the past few candles, that's a little bit higher. So, you know, potentially, we could hold that VWAP if those shorts get stuck there. But let's take a look at our 1 minute. Money flows crossing to the downside here. I'd be very curious now to see what happens if we come down to the golden pocket with a little bullish div on the 1 minute. That could give us a little bounce, right? Could give us a little bounce. By the way, shout out to everyone in the chat here. We don't usually stream outside, guys, but you know, it's one of those days. It's one of those outside days. Shout out to V Slim. Just opened up his shorts. It's a little breezy in here. Crypto Face. Is Crypto Face in here? Oh, yo, shout out to Crypto Face. Yo, Crypto Face, man, I saved the charts, but I don't know what the heck is going on, man. Like, this happened to me like 3 times in the past week, and I click save, man. I even make backups. I even make backups, right? Like June Bitcoin backup right here. Ugh, it's a bummer. It's a bummer, but that's okay. I need to redo all my TA because of this crazy dump, right? Shout out to CryptoFace, by the way. Shout out to CryptoFace. CryptoFace, man, thanks to your video, bro. I went hard on a short, man, and so I appreciate that. You increased my confidence when you uploaded that video. No, didn't upload the video. You posted in Discord and you said 21.5, it will be the money short. So I was really keeping my eyes open, man, and when I got into a short, I didn't really take profit right away. Let that thing ride a little bit. So appreciate that, man. Yeah, don't ever short into the VWAP, guys. Right? Don't ever short into the VWAP. That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. But that's not a good idea. Yeah, this is actually honestly looking pretty nice for potentially getting some butt cheek action going on here. Right? 19.5 or between 20. I you know, honestly, I would say between this previous low right here, right? This previous low right here and then this level right here. We know that these are both very important levels, right? This extremely important, and I would say this extremely important. Where we should be looking for bearish divergences, right? Bearish divergences. But if we can come above 20.3, I think we could squeeze up, man. I think we could squeeze up. We'll really have to see. It's still a weekend, although volume is higher. Volume at 2.2 billion volume on this daily candle. And you know what's crazy, honestly, guys? This candle has 8.5 million positive delta for the day. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild, actually. So this candle overall is actually a pretty bullish-looking daily candle. It's about to close in like 40 minutes. But 8.4 million more longs than shorts on this daily candle. Right? Looks kind of bullish. A little bit bullish. So let's really keep our eyes peeled, guys. Let's peel those eyes. That's true, right? If this is the bottom, no one is ready for that. I'm not ready for that. I mean, even though, you know, we literally hit the target to the exact dollar. I'm still not ready for it. I'm still not ready for it. That's the thing. That's the funny thing. I'm still not ready for it. But it would be a bummer if, because you know, I've been waiting for this level for so long, and you know, obviously I didn't take a long here. I wasn't even here. I wasn't even here for it. But yeah, let's see what happens here. I hope we get, you know, this is the weekend, guys. Weekend shenanigans are abundant around these parts. So I'm hoping maybe on Monday we get something that you know, if we are going to get a move up from here, I hope that we get a fake out to the downside. You know, like I was saying, the low that we put in here doesn't look very healthy. This does not look very healthy at all. This does not look like the bottom. This does not look like the bottom right here. You know, typically we would want to see a large amount of buyers stepping in to push the price up, but we don't have any kind of buying tail down here. This is a 5-minute chart, and we have no buying tail here. We just kind of hung around here for a while. We don't have any absorption. In fact, let's see something here. I mean, we do have a pretty intense increase in volume right here, but we don't really see much absorption. But the volume is high. All right, we got a lot of volume down here, but no, we have no buying tail on the TPO chart or on the session chart. And we know we have this. We have these single prints here. We have this intense level of resistance right above us. This wick right here, man, that could be that wick right there. You know, I'd be real curious to see what happens here. If we come up like this, do something like this, you know. Yeah, that could be good, man. That could be good. No sound. Someone says no sound. Are the markets closed on Monday? Interesting, Mitchell. I didn't know that. Yeah, we had no blow off top. This would be similar. Yeah, so you know, that's a good point. This could be very similar. No blow off top. So here's something. 4 hour looks like it's going to green dot soon. You know, we might get a little something like this. We might get a little retrace, right? That 20,300 level could be pretty nice. Here's the thing. We didn't have a blow off top, but what we did have was a fake out at the high, right? Where we put in our high, everyone thought that was the high. Oh, just kidding, higher high, boom, right? And so let's maybe we could do something like that here, right? Maybe we could do something like that here. Maybe we come down to the 786. You know, we get something like this. We start to come up, you know, and then just kidding, you know, we range here. We come down, take out the low, and then get our real move to the upside. That could be pretty nice. Also, what I would really want to see, like, is the money flow coming up on the 4 hour, man. Right now, it's not. Right, we've got a bull div here on the 4 hour, but the money flow is looking pretty dang crappy. Come to the 1 hour. How's the money flow on the 1 hour looking? I mean, it's not looking so great, right? We don't see that clear direction to the upside. You know, previously, in previous dumps, right? Like the last, the last dump that we had, like that big dump right here. This was January 24th. Yeah, when we came down here, guys, I took this long. I longed it 33.1, man. Ninja entry. Ninja, right? So we saw the money flow coming up here. and we also saw the momentum waves coming up here like that. That's really what I would want to see. That's really what I would want to see. So we might get a move up and then another move down right now. But really, the 4-hour money flow coming up and momentum waves coming up, that's a really powerful top and bottom signal. On the 4-hour, that's a super powerful top and bottom signal. You know, I mean, the all-time high. Let's check out our all-time high here. This was so dang bearish, guys. Right, this was super bearish. I mean, we saw the money flow coming way down here, and we saw the most massive 4-hour bearish divergence in the world. And I didn't take the short. I remember I had to go get my truck serviced, and I told everyone on my Discord, I'll see you guys at the bottom. I had no idea. I had no idea it was going to be the top, guys. I should have known that. I didn't get into a short until 60. I did get into a short around here. Closed it pretty early. But the juiciest short that I got into was the one from 52. 52K from right here. Yeah, this is a very beautiful short. This was a juicy one. Setup given in advance in the Discord. Chickens drank from right here. Look at this. 4-hour time frame. Money flow and momentum coming down. Short from right here, baby. That, I mean, I've since closed it all out. I closed it all out, but I held that thing for a while with a portion of the trade open. So yeah, that 4-hour, the money flow momentum waves on market Cipher B. That's a pretty good signal in my opinion. So we got about half an hour until daily open. But yeah, let's pop into chat real quick here, guys. Shout out to Aaron G, who says this asset going to go real low and shake out most given the current financial climate. Yeah, sub 10K would not surprise me either, bro. That's why I've got take profits on the short down there, and I've also got spot orders down there. Shout out to AAM, who says his guess is a run up to 22K for a weekly close, and then on Tuesday we go down to 16.4, which could be the actual bottom. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, man. That actually does make a lot of sense. Does a bull flag apply in crypto? Yes. Yes, it does. But be careful trading bull flags, because a lot of times they can be fake outs. Okay, so Shane says we're going to hit 2020. 4,200. And then I guess you're talking about the 2020 low. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, man. That's why I've got limited orders down at 3K. What about Ethereum? Well, I'm just paying attention to Bitcoin, because that's gonna decide what Bitcoin does. So shout out to Braxton Hall, who took the long from 1773. Is this the worst weekly candle in the history of Bitcoin? It could be, man. But I don't know. I don't have the full chart, but in the week, what did we get here? %35 to the downside candle. Yeah, could be one of the worst. Oh. Shout out to Cryptogenic dude. Shout out to you. And shout out to Lenny. Well, guys, it's been a good stream. Just wanted to come in, update you guys. You know, I had to get a lot of stuff off my chest here with the Bitcoin, because this dump has been wild, man. It's been wild. It's been it's you know, it's been wild, guys. I was not expecting it. But yeah. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. I'm probably not going to be able to trade tomorrow. I have a family junction. unfortunately. But I'll be back at it on Monday, posting trade setups in the VIP Discord and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I'm probably going to cut the stream. But the weekly candle, it's actually, the weekly candle ends tomorrow. So, but yeah, guys, God bless everyone in the name of Jesus, the Messiah. I do pray everyone is super blessed, guys. You know, it's hard. I have to be honest with you guys. You know, when the Bitcoin is going crazy, it is hard for me to focus on the more important things in life. It's hard for me to focus on God. It's hard for me to focus on my family. It's easy for me to get sucked into these charts, guys. But I'm encouraging myself to take some time for the family, to put the Lord first. Right? Because when we put the Lord first, everything else just falls into place. So receive this blessing, y'all, in Hebrew. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. B'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which in English means, may the Lord bless and protect you. May He shine His light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May He turn His face towards you. Give you completeness in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel. I pray everyone is super blessed. Don't forget to like the video. The Macro 786 stream will be one to remember. Peace, y'all.